guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming a eyeshadow first impressions video on a mini palette that I picked up from Too Faced. I've had this guy for probably a month now. I don't know, it feels like a long time, and I feel a little bit ashamed because I have been meaning to get to this palette, so I finally sat down and filmed an eye look. So if you want to see swatches, hear my first impression thoughts, and see how I created this eye look, then just keep watching. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Karen Harris. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I do upload quite often, so I would highly recommend hitting that subscribe button and turning on the post notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a new video. Now, without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, so let me set the scene here. I had decent luck with the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. Whatever that pumpkin palette was that they launched last year around fall time. I was so excited. You guys liked the video. I had a lot of fun playing with the palette. So I was like, okay, me and Too Faced, I think we can make this happen. And so I was keeping an eye on them, and then I saw that they launched this palette, and I thought this was such a cute spring launch. It felt like it came a little early because it launched close to the end of 2020, but I picked it up and I was like, oh, let me just like get it and I'll film with it when I get a chance. Of course, now we're at the end of January when I'm filming this, and I feel like I'm a little bit behind, but that's okay. That's okay. I still think that, you know, some of you might be interested in this palette, and I want to show you guys what I think about it. So it's super cute. It's really tiny, and it's about the size of the Natasha Denona Love Compact, like the face compact. So it's very tiny, which I think is nice for people that like small eyeshadow palettes. Also, these palettes tend to be a little less pricey than the other Too Faced palettes. So I like the little metal packaging that it comes in, and on the back here it says that this is a on-the-fly eyeshadow palette. 6 eyeshadows, net weight is 0.8 grams or 0.02 ounces. Total net weight is 4.8 grams or 0.12 ounces, and it has a 12-month shelf life. Now, this palette is bulk made in the USA and assembled in the Dominican Republic. So just so you guys know all of that information, I don't even know where the box is. I think I have it somewhere, but now I want to swatch this palette so I can get into the eye look, but I want to show you guys swatches really quick in case you guys are interested in seeing how this swatches. So here are the first 4 shades. So we have the shade Spread It, we have Grape Soda, Pickup Limes, and Jam Session. That's an interesting name, Pickup Limes. This one shade, the Pickup Lime shade, is so pretty. It's like an iridescent shadow, and it has a bunch of like blue and pink shimmers in it. It's a little bit different from what I've seen Too Faced do, so honestly that shade really attracted me to this palette. The mattes in this palette honestly are not my favorite, so you guys will see when I create this eye look. You might be interested in seeing the results of the matte. So here is the bottom row. There's 2 duochromes in here, so that's kind of exciting. These 2 shades are duochromes, so We Be Jammin', Violet Femmes are duochrome shades, and we have Toast and Jam on it. So here are the swatches. That last shade really swatched nicely. I did tuck that into my crease today. So here's the little palette, and here are the swatches for you guys to see. And now that you've seen the swatches, let's get into how I created this eye look. Okay, so I'm gonna film a demo with this cute little It's My Jam palette. I don't know, guys, something about this palette just screamed like spring and Valentine's to me, so here I am. You know I'm a sucker for a good Valentine's themed palette, so here we go. I think I'm gonna start off with this beautiful lilac shade. So I'm just gonna grab a blending brush. I'm gonna go in with this shade on the crease and see how it does. This is looking very cool tone. It's almost like pulling a gray on me, but that's okay. You live and you learn. I haven't watched any videos about this palette. I think I saw somebody post about it. That's super helpful, right? I saw somebody, maybe Andrea Mattiliano, I think, maybe. Do you guys watch her? I really like her channel. She's like a bigger YouTuber that still has like a channel that's really focused on reviews and showing new product. and she just seems so kind. Like, I just love her personality. Okay, so that purple is in there. Now I'm gonna go into this like burgundy shade with the same brush. I think this palette definitely has some of my pet peeves, which is like a colorful matte, but then not a corresponding darker colorful matte. It's more like a brown shade. So I wish they had gone for maybe like a purple shade would have been really cool to add to this, like a darker purple. Again, I feel like I definitely went for this for the packaging. I just thought the packaging was so cute and the metallic shades look so cute that I may have slightly jumped the gun on this, but I'm glad I'm trying it out so I can tell you guys if you should get this. Personally, I'm really not liking how that lighter lilac shade is pulling in my crease. It's definitely looking like super gray. Oh well. Anyway, I'm gonna go into this purple shade. It just looks so pretty in the pan, so I'm just gonna put that kind of all over my lid. This is a beautiful like purple with blue duochrome kind of color. I probably have this shade a few times over in my collection, so that color is really pretty, but it's definitely nothing that I don't already have, if I'm being very honest with you guys. I don't know, that purple shade, I don't think it's a satin, but it's giving like a really weird like hue to my crease. Am I crazy? I don't know. I'm gonna go into this shade, which I thought was an iridescent shade, but now kind of seeing it in my finger, it looks more like a goldeny green kind of color. So I'm just gonna tap that on to add an extra bit of sparkle on my eyes. Overall, I feel like the shimmers are really nice. I'm not loving the mattes. I feel like I would have used my Be Perfect palette and pulled some better purples for this eye look, but I'm going to finish off the rest of my makeup and then I will be back to show you guys the final look. Okay guys, so now that you've seen how I created this eye look, I can give you guys my quick first impressions on this palette. Personally, I am slightly disappointed with this palette because I feel like the mattes were very disappointing. This purple shade called Grape Soda really turned very gray on my skin tone, so I don't really like that. I was hoping for a more true lilac kind of shade to throw in the crease. This shade is beautiful, but I wish it had been a purple or a deep plum. Much better with the color story, but I know with Too Faced and these palettes, they're kind of made more towards the mass market, and I feel like the mass makeup market and traditional makeup buyers really like to have neutral mattes and then more colorful lid shades. So I feel like that's kind of where this palette goes. I'm actually surprised that they included two colorful mattes, but you know, I mean, that is a nice addition. I would have loved to see more colorful mattes in the deeper tones, but alas, we didn't really have those. The metallic shades are beautiful, but again, they're not as punchy as the shades I am used to. Like, I will rock a Divina like Aurora Flare or just their regular shadows too are so much more shimmery than what Too Faced has to offer. So I'm glad I tried this palette because it definitely made me realize that there's a reason I stopped buying Too Faced eyeshadows, and so I will consider this a lesson learned. I think I will continue on without buying Too Faced anymore. I got sucked in because of the pumpkin spice palette and I had good luck with that palette, so I thought maybe I'll give them another chance, but I really feel like their eyeshadow formula has not developed enough yet for my liking, so I will be passing on future Too Faced purchases for the time being. But I'm glad I tried it so I can let you guys know kind of my thoughts. If you have the same makeup preference as me, I would probably steer clear of this palette and go for something more in the indie market with that color story. I would consider the new Vivid Rose palette from Give Me Glow. I think that would be a fantastic dupe to the Too Faced palette. Otherwise, if you want something more mainstream, even though I didn't love this palette, this Mini Love palette definitely has a little more of a punch than the Too Faced palette. Also, I think these two would pair really well together if you like these kind of small palettes and you happen to have both of them. Anyway, that's all the information I have for you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions that I missed out on. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you in my next video soon. Bye guys!